What's up, guys? What's happening? What's happening? Man, oh man. I can tell you this much. Luckily today, hopefully it goes good. So far, it's going so good. But the last 4 days has been pretty tough. I'm not gonna lie. Like it's just breakdowns after breakdowns, delays. So at the very beginning and middle, I was having a very bad week of trucking. Not gonna lie, I literally almost wanted to quit, honestly. Like, that's just how bad it was. So it's like, because I'm gonna tell you this much trucking is a very stressful job. It doesn't matter which trucking you do, no matter what type of trucking you do, it's just gonna be stressful no matter what, honestly. That's how it is. That's how it is with the industry, that's how it is with industry in general, So I know I haven't been on YouTube that much just because I've been so busy. So busy. Like I'm literally I mean, it kind of makes sense because I'm in peak season right now, so it's like very busy. A lot of us are working 4 or 5 days straight, so it's like yeah, so it's pretty busy. Collecting a lot of OT though, so at least I'm gonna get a good paycheck. But yeah, it's been mentally draining and all that, so mentally draining. Like, you know. So I just can't wait to get this done. Luckily tonight's my Friday, so I get to enjoy my next 3 days off. Like it's been a very long week for me, honestly. So even though it's only been 5 days, but I've just been kind of too spoiled with the 3 or 4 days thing, honestly. But yeah, I don't know. As a truck driver, I could never work 6 days a week. Like 6 days a week with 1 day off. I don't know. I could do that every single day. I don't know how y'all do it, but I'll give you all the props to you for that, honestly. Like I'll give all salute and props to you guys for doing that, cause or even 7 days. Like I don't know how you'll do it, cause even like 4 or 5 days alone of local work. I'm gonna tell you this: like local is hard. It's not easy at all. Doesn't matter what you do in local, it's gonna be tough because you're working 14, 16 hour days, honestly, every single day. So it's not easy at all doing this shit. It's not easy being a local truck driver. Like sometimes I kind of wish I could go back to regional, but it just makes no sense for me to do that right now because how the industry is and all that stuff. What am I doing? I'm just waiting to get live load right now, so I'm just waiting on that. And it seems like yeah, looks like they're bumping the trail. I can feel a little bit, so shouldn't be here for too long. So I know this place is pretty quick. So yeah, so like this week alone, it's been tough for me. Like, and this week's like one of my bad weeks of trucking too as well. Where I almost didn't just want to quit, honestly, because nothing was going well at all. Like it's just issues after issues. Like, but I'm just gonna do it somehow. So luckily it's Friday, so my Friday. So I think I got about how many stops to go? I think I got about like yeah 3 stops to go. So out of I think I had like 7 today. So yeah. That's one thing about local. You can have multi stops. Honestly, sometimes it could range between 5, 10 stops a day with Amazon. But I know if you do LTLs, can obviously give me way more than that. So yeah, and don't worry. I'm thinking about. I'm still keeping. How I say this. I still want to do dump trucking. I'm not gonna lie to you on that because like I just haven't found any like dump truck companies wanted to hire me with no dump truck experience. That's just the hardest part about it. I feel like honestly in my area. So because a lot of them they do look for a dump truck experience as it is in that field. So it's actually kind of hard to get into as it is around my area. But I do just know of one company that's willing to take me with no dump truck experience. It's just I think it's called double bottom dumps / belly dumps. But I do have my endorsement for it, so I could go there literally anytime now. So I'm just like, you know, I'm just waiting until I get really tired out from driving, because that's all I did in my whole entire career is like driving and reefer and a little bit intermodal, and that was it. But yeah, I'm just trying to get through it. So let me not get off topic. So for the dump truck work, I've been trying to get into it, and this one company does hire with no dump truck experience, but the only con is they do want 2 years of local driving experience, which I didn't have that during the time. So I mean, I was pretty close to it. I'm like, during that time I have 6 months to go to get my 2 year experience mark. So my 2 years experience should hit next month, I believe. Yeah, I think next month, but actually I think it's a little past that. So technically I do have 2 years to really think about now. So because I did start when May, like in November, so I think I'm a little past that now. Yeah, I'm basically past that. So yeah, so it doesn't make no sense to go with dump trucks right now, because like the work is kind of dry for dump trucks. So like usually like when it has like a lot of work, I think it's around the summer months, spring, and all that stuff, because like that's just where it's the most busiest. But I know, like, because I know it's one classmate that I was in trucking school with. He told me like straight up like it's pretty dry in the winter, so like you might as well just wait it out till like the work picks up around the warmer weathers and all that. So I'm just waiting on that right now. So till the weather gets better. If I get tired of Amazon, then I'm just gonna go dump trucking. Honestly, that's just probably my next move. Honestly, because I don't plan to be here for like a long term either. Because like, so one of the things about Amazon is we do a lot. I mean, when I mean a lot, I mean a lot of night shifts. Like Amazon mainly does night shifts more than day shifts. So I guess you could just call it their shifts. So that's all Amazon basically mainly does. But I'm pretty sure you could still get a day shift, but getting day shift at Amazon is nearly impossible to do, because like they want most of everybody run at night and all that stuff. So when you first start out, I mean, running night shift does have its pros and cons. So it's like one of the cons is really just driving fatigue, really. And obviously, like I'm pretty safe about that part as it is. But it's just one of those times, like there's gonna be one of those moments where you're just so fucking tired, and if you need to pull over, you just pull over somewhere safe that you feel like is safe. Even if it's at a way station, because I've done that a couple times. Obviously, I just do it when the scales are closed, obviously, but because I ain't gonna be there. But all right, let me just get these comments. I'm missing all y'all comments right now. Keep doing trucks, bro. That's bank right there. I know. It's hard work. It's tough. So I'm still gonna keep on trucking. Like I put so much effort into trucking as it is. I feel like it's really no point of me like leaving it for good. But there's other opportunities too as well. I just want to explore as well. Dump trucking, best local work. I think I already answered that already. I'm trying to get into that, but I don't have a CDL. I mean, like, yeah, you should definitely get your CDL. I'll recommend just getting a Class A. Like, even though, like, you can still get a dump truck job with Class B, but I feel like Class A alone, you have a lot more options to go with. So, I feel like Class A is like really the best solution to do, because at least you have a variety of like trucking jobs you could do. As a food distributor, we do up to 20 stops a day. Yeah, I definitely do believe that. I believe food service and like LTL, they basically do that much. I'm out. But I guess Amazon does have the easiest, since we do up to at the max like 10 stops a day, but we do like a lot of driving as well too. So even then, like even that still maxes out your 14-hour clock anyway. So sometimes I'll go from from Tracy to Orland, California. From Orland back to Sacramento, and that's like pretty much east of my 14-hour clock as it is. And plus, you do wait a lot on Amazon too, so it's a lot of waiting as well too. And let me just get through these comments real quick. Amazon peaking its head around the corner. I mean, peak season is where. Hold on, what? Amazon peaking its head around the corner. Also, I'm new. I can't get. Well, shout out to Daniela Stacy. Hope I said that name right. But yeah, Amazon peak season is no joke. Like, you're gonna be busy, like hella busy. Like, you're just working like. Because on average, I do between 3 or 4 nights. But lately, I've been doing like 4 or 5 nights a week. So, like, it's tough. And I've been like maxing out my clock too as well. So just to show you that I'm not really bullshitting. So by the time I get done, let me see. By the time I get done with this shit, like, I only got maybe an hour left on my clock. So tell me, yo, I don't work hard. Honestly, I work very hard. If anything, very fucking hard. So yeah, by the time I get done tonight, I'm gonna literally like an hour or something left on my clock. So on my 60-hour clock. So that's proof right there. Just to give y'all the proof right there. I'm not really bullshitting. I've been working really hard. Maxing out my clock basically. So when you do go local too, excuse me. Yeah, we do have a 60-hour clock to work with instead of a 70-hour clock. So, and then with local, you do get an hours of service exception. So like, if something were to happen or you don't have no more hours left, you still got to finish the load or whatever. There's this rule, you have a 16-hour exception. So that means it gives you additional 2 hours. But the only downside of that is you can only use it once a week, or I should say once a cycle. Because like you can only use it once a week and that's it. So that's the only downside about that. So you just have to use your 16-hour like wisely and all that. So I think I only did like maybe, let me think, only twice, honestly. I never really use it that often like that. But I know there's some shippers and receivers that would take so long and they just max out your clock out. Or it could just be really bad traffic and a really bad accident to the point like you're just stuck on a highway and you just don't know like what the ETA is, or you know they're gonna finish a cleanup on the highway of an accident. So it's like, you know, you're just on a standstill. Like anything could happen in trucking, honestly. Like literally anything could happen. So like, so I understand why certain things about truck drivers now, the more I do this, like it's not easy at all. Like it really is not. At all. Alright, let me see these comments here. Okay, yeah, I think I did get through all the comments. Alright, yeah, so I'm just waiting here to get loaded. It's kind of good just to hang out with y'all, honestly. It's just for 14 minutes or 15 minutes. But I feel like they're literally almost done. I feel like they're like half a trailer away, honestly. So, yeah, because I could just literally just feel it, honestly. Like, so they gotta learn how to have a trailer go. So I think it's gonna be a full trailer load. So, all going to Roseville, which that's in the Sacramento area. So yeah. Yeah, so I'm just almost there to the finish line. I'll tell you what, though, I do need a vacation. I'm not gonna lie to you on that. Like, either April or May, I just want to take a nice vacation. I'm talking about like a week off vacation, you know? Just to get away from the truck, just get away from everything, you know? And just go wild and go crazy, you know, and just not give a damn, you know. You know, I just really feel like I really need that, honestly. I really do. Because the last time I really took a vacation, really, is like 4 years ago, honestly. Like, quite literally, like 4 years ago. So like, I'm just dead on set of going there, but I'm do plan to go to Puerto Rico. So, and for those of you guys don't know already, some of you guys already know, but just in case you don't know, I'm actually Puerto Rican. So, yeah, so it's just like, I only went there maybe once as a kid, like a little child, like 1 year old type of thing, really. That's the last time I've been there, honestly. But I never really got the chance to experience an adult, honestly, in Puerto Rico. But all I know for sure in Puerto Rico, I'm about to go crazy, honestly. I'm about to go crazy. Because I definitely need it. I definitely need it, honestly. After 4 years of not taking vacation, I'm wilding out in Puerto Rico. I don't even care. You know? As long as I don't get arrested, I'm good, you know? Or jail, nothing, but like, I'm not gonna be that wild, but obviously you guys know, like, I just need to get away and just have fun, you know? Have fun and just enjoy my life, because, you know, we only live once as it is, so might as well, right? Just take a week off in Puerto Rico and all that. Yeah, and just explore my country too, you know, as an adult. You guys not leaving no more comments now? Man. Alright, let me see what time is that. Yeah, so. So yeah, so it should be done about, hopefully no later than 1 hour, so I got an hour to go. So I might as well just chat with y'all, honestly. So while I'm at it, since it's really kind of hard to put, it's really kind of hard for me to post like vlogs now, since we do have like front facing cameras now in the truck. So it's like, I mean, it came with Amazon when I first got here anyways, but man, these front facing cameras from Amazon, I could tell you this much, it is the worst in my opinion. I thought I was gonna get like used to it and all, but man. So just for those of you guys don't know what front facing camera it is from Amazon, just in case you don't know, which majority should already know, but it's called the Driver Eye cameras, and honestly, I hate it. It's the worst. Like, it basically snitches on you for every little thing there is, and it's annoying sometimes, you know? It thinks like sometimes you run a red light, but realistically, it's not really true, because like, in a way, especially like if the light is turning, it's been green for a long time and all that, and the light just turns yellow and it goes red, and especially if I have a fully loaded trailer, I'm not gonna be able to stop that shit in time. So sometimes you just have to run a red light. Well, like, you know, at least with common sense. So with that, you work for Amazon? Yeah, I do work for Amazon. I do work for a third party that's basically only does Amazon freight, so, in all Amazon trucks. Man, I've been trying to get into Amazon delivering packages. Do you drive the vans of the box trucks? I don't drive the vans or the box trucks. I drive that tractor trailer for Amazon. So this will show you. So, tractor trailer for Amazon. And I am an Amazon truck. And don't worry about this. Like, every single Volvo I've been into is always has issues. So I kind of just gave up on it. But at least it runs good. So that's all that matters. But yeah, I guess one of the cons about my third party is like they really don't maintain their trucks right. That's the only con about my third party, at least. Because like it's just in a private drop yard, so it's like it's So they only use mobile mechanics, and there's only so much they could do as it is. So yeah, I know you shouldn't just run like that with a bunch of like check engine lights and all that, but it's literally to the point I given up on it, honestly. You know, I kind of accepted my fate and all that stuff. Let me see. Let me read the comments. Yeah. The dry trails, yeah, it's CDL. You need a Class A. The thing about Amazon is like you do need experience before you go to Amazon, at least a year of over the road experience. Either that or 2 years experience of local driving. So, but basically, I think it's kind of easier to just get your over road experience, and then basically just go Amazon after your 1 year mark. You know. So, they do require experience. So that's the only con about that. So like, unless you're already at Amazon, and they're willing to pay for everything, your CDO as it is, and take you in after you get your CDO, that's probably the only way you could get in with no experience. But if you're just like coming out on the streets, whatever, you know, fresh out of school, you know, nobody pay for anything but yourself, and obviously Amazon's gonna at least want 1 year experience for you to come on with them, basically. That's just how it is with that. So, but the pay rate, I feel like it could be better, but it's the I feel like luckily this third party does offer overtime pay, so like so it kind of makes up for it in a way. So if it wasn't for the OT pay, like I promise you, I probably won't be here right now, honestly, because like straight time making $24 an hour, I cannot do it, honestly. I can't. Like $24 an hour, especially as a truck driver, is so low as it is. So like, without OT pay, you're just kind of just like pretty much under $1,000 a week. I feel like, honestly. So like, that's just really no way to live, honestly, with that. How are the routes? Are you alone most of the time? The routes is pretty much local. So I basically drive within 300 to 400 miles a day all around. So total miles I'd be doing a day is like 400 miles a day. So that's someone was coming. What days do you work, bro? As for the days, I usually work from Sunday night through Wednesday night. But last week I did have to work on Saturday because of the holidays and all that. So I work Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday this week so far. So yeah, I've been maxing my clock out. So yeah, so by the time I get done, I'm probably gonna have no little bit of hours left on my 60-hour clock. So yeah, so since I did have to work on Saturday, since you know there's a holiday on Thursday, so because of Thanksgiving. But my normal schedule really is like Sunday through Wednesday at the most. Yeah, basically Sunday to Wednesday nights. So, and I do have like Friday and Saturday off too, and Thursday technically. But Thursday, all I really do on Thursdays really is just go to the gym anyways. I have to get off of work and just sleep, and that's it. So like I don't even do anything at all on Thursdays. So I just don't include that because that's just like periodic my rest day from working 14 hours a day all the time. So even though we only work 3 days a week, I mean you're still working a lot of hours as it is. But nice. What state you're in? I'm in California, specifically the Northern California, around well, I want to say Bay Area, but in the Sacramento area. But I do go to Bay Area a lot. I do go to Central Valley and north of the Sacramento Valley, and then east. Sometimes I go to Reno too, Reno, Nevada sometimes, and then come back. So that's about it. And then the furthest down south I should go to is Fresno and back. So I do go to Fresno and come back all on the same day. So I'm in Cali too. I'm near LA. In Southern, and pretty much in Southern California, you could find an Amazon there too as well. Like I'm not sure how it is out there with the freight wise and all that stuff, but I'm pretty sure it's pretty consistent, honestly, over there. But the only downside about Southern California really is the traffic. So, like, if I would have to work at Amazon and live in SoCal, I'll have to do only night shifts, honestly. There's no way I could do it during the day, honestly. Especially all that traffic. I'm looking to delivering package with the Amazon vans. I don't know what they call it, but I know it's a third party. I mean, honestly, like delivering packages with the Amazon van, you gonna work hella hard. You're gonna work harder than doing this. This most of the time, it's just driving really, and then a little bit of waiting, and then that's it. Like you're just basically dropping hook and you just go, like with trailers. I feel like if I had to choose between delivering packages to vans and this, I'll prefer this. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you on that. It's a little more easy. It's a lot more easy. You don't gotta touch no freight at all. So you're just dropping trailers and going, and picking up the next trailer, hook up to it and all that. Like that's all you're really doing. Just drop and go. And you once in a while you can have a live load and live unload. Even then you don't even touch the freight at all. They do it for you. So, but it's just a lot of waiting now. So a lot of waiting. Because I know when you do our packages with the Amazon vans, you're gonna be working hard, boy. Like man, you're gonna be like a slave. I mean that's if that's if you want to do that, then I'm not gonna stop you from doing that. Like if you want to do it, then you go and do it. But for me, I can't do it, honestly. Yeah, and especially the amount of packages like they've been delivering a day, like it's insane on that. Like, it's really insane with that. But like if you do want to deliver packages with Amazon man, then all it to you. I respect you because I could never do it, honestly. Like I just can't. I just couldn't do it. Yeah, the thing is that I don't have a CDL. You said I can get into Terminal's trailer with LTR experience. Yeah, you're gonna have to take a financial hit at first, but that's what I have to do. So, anyway, that's the only that sucks. They but I guess if you start off anyways, but as a package delivery driver, and then, but then again, every like third party is different, so it all depends on your third party basically. Because how Amazon operates, like they do like a lot of third party carriers, including the delivery vans too as well, the Amazon vans. So like all the third parties are not gonna be the same, unless you go directly through Amazon, like the actual DSP from Amazon or Amazon Logistics or something. Then yeah, it's probably a little more easier to get into your tractor trailer, and they'll pay for your license and all that stuff for you to go to school to get your CDL and all that. But you just have to do it directly through Amazon. I thought that's the only way to do it, really. But if you do everything on your own, then yeah, you're just gonna have to get your over the road experience, at least 1 year experience over the road. And I promise you, doing over the road 1 year, it goes by quick. Honestly, it really does. So it's like, yeah, you might have to sacrifice leaving a truck. You're gonna have to sacrifice being like weeks at a time for a whole year, but I can understand if you have like kids and a family and stuff, I wouldn't recommend doing it. But like if you have a family and stuff, then yeah, obviously I don't think that over the road is not gonna work for you, because you're gonna be gone away from your family all the time for a full year. But And I'm pretty sure you could still get a local job with no experience, but I know food service is one of them. You could go straight into after CDL school, basically. But the only thing is, you're gonna be working your ass off though. So like, you're gonna be basically busting pallets and cases and all that stuff. So like, if you're ready for that, if you're not afraid of hard work, I say do it. But you know, but I know for me, like, I'm really not afraid of hard work. It's just like, it's just not worth it in the long run, honestly. Like, I just feel like I'll just get stuck doing that if I did that. But you do get the physical exercise, but there's a lot of pros and cons with that as well too. So I'm gonna say that for another story for a different day for that. I feel you. I'm gonna look into it and things. I'm gonna knock out and have a good day. All right, sounds good. Samuel, yeah, Samuel, 27. It's all good. But yeah, things are still 2 in the morning. So we still got 2 people in the chat. What's up with y'all? What's happening? Let me fix this real quick, actually. There we go. I had to fix my phone a little bit, because it was looking kind of funky there. But yeah, it's just hardware trucking. So that's the whole topic of the videos making of this live show. So yeah, so sometimes you're just gonna have bad weeks with trucking. So that's just how it is with trucking, as it is. It's gonna happen every person that has a CDL. So just about to happen. There's gonna be some bad weeks where nothing goes well for you at all. Absolutely nothing. You're just fed up, stressed, angry, and all that stuff. You just feel all that inside of you, honestly. And there's a couple times I did have mental breakdowns too, as well. So don't don't feel bad about it if you have a mental breakdown, because it is by far the most mentally stressful jobs out there. It really is. So yeah. Alright, yo, so it is actually kind of draining my battery as well too, by me being on live right now. But fuck it, I enjoyed it. So I don't know, I enjoy the live videos more than I do the actual videos themselves. I don't know, I don't know if it's just because it's just me or not, but I do enjoy the live videos a lot more often than I do the actual vlogs and all that stuff. What's up? How's local trucking? Do you have all your endorsements? And I guess I'm gonna answer the last thing you said. As for endorsement wise, I only have doubles and triples, and that's it. How's local trucking? It's been pretty busy, I'm not gonna lie. It has its ups and downs too as well with local trucking, but I'll probably still stay local. It's just because I do like getting paid by the hour and all that stuff. I do like having hourly / overtime pay precision. So it's like, I'm not gonna go back over the road, or I wouldn't say over the road, but just sleep in a truck in general. But if I would have to do it again, I probably would just go regional, honestly. And regional, sometimes I do miss regional. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, it's just the flexibility to run wherever you want to run. You have open windows, all these dropping hooks. Like, you got open windows most of the time, so you can just run anytime during the day, as long as like you just get to that customer, on that same following day, So that's one thing I do miss about regional. So it's like, it was a lot of dropping hooks, from my last company. So I was like mostly in and out of these places. So, and there were some live loads and live unloads here and there, but if you could do drive-in, it's mostly gonna be dropping hooks. So you're in and out of these places pretty fast. And they give you like a very, very like big open window too as well, to the point you have to literally have a lot of time to get there. So have you considered fuel hauling? Loves is hiring and ripping now. I thought about it, but I like the money's there, yeah, but it is also very dangerous too as well. I know a lot of people are gonna be talking about like, how come you don't like haul fuel and all that stuff? You know, you should haul some fuel. You make good money, like, you know. Yeah, I get it. Like, you know, the money's there for sure. It definitely is. But I don't know, man. I just enjoy like having my weekends off. You know, I just do. The thing about like hauling fuel is like you don't. Most of the fuel companies, you don't even have weekends off. Like you just work. Like your days off is so like random. Sometimes you only have days off in the middle of the week. So like, you know, some people like that. You know, for me, I just like having my weekends. You know, but I do have Friday and Saturday off and technically Thursday. But realistically, like, you know, I work Sunday nights and Wednesday nights. So it's like either way, man. It's just I still have the weekends off. Still, like, you know, most of the weekends like off. You know, at least 90% of it. You know. But I did see the Loves in Ripon. Honestly, Ripon's a far commute for me. It's like I live in Sacramento, so Ripon's like an hour and some change to get there. So like I don't know I could commute for a whole hour, you know? Already as it is, even though I only commute 20 minutes from work, from work and all that, even then I was like, I'm just so glad I don't have to commute a whole freaking hour to work, you know? Because that just already as it is, that just erupts your 10-hour reset already as it is, you know? So I don't know I could work outside of where I live, honestly. So it's like, but I did hear about Loves, but I don't know too much about them or how much they get paid and all that. So I can't really speak on that. So it's like, I'm pretty sure they get paid pretty well, but man, like I just enjoy having my weekends off. With fuel and tank and all that, you can't really have weekends off like that. So, how many days you have off per week? It ranges between 3 or 4 days off per week. So my average is like 3 to 4 days a week, and between 3 or 4 off. But lately I've been working 4 or 5 days, so like sometimes I only have 2 days off, or sometimes I only have like 3 days off, you know? Let me see. Where you at? Well, I'm currently at the airport. I'm not gonna say where, but it's in Frisco, so San Francisco, I guess. So yeah, so I'm doing an airport load. So just getting these packages to people's houses somehow. Yeah, that's a lot of days of you. Whatever works for you, bro. And what company? I work for Amazon. I work for a third party through Amazon, so my third party only hauls Amazon freight, and that's it. So, and it's all Amazon trucks. So, and we do have mostly Volvos. We do have Kenworths too as well, and we have one Freightliner and I believe one Peterbilt 579. But the Peterbilt 579, I only been in there one time, and that was it. And that's because that's my trainer's truck right there as it is. So yeah, so like it's very rare I mean drive the Pete like that, but it's like if I'm not driving the Pete, it's either the Volvo or the Kenworth most of the time. And once in a while, if there's really no trucks available, I just take the Freightliner, you know. So I'm in Woodland. Would you lead the Amazon Freight partner for a different company? Or do they give you a lot of OT there. Honestly, the OT is there. Honestly, especially this month alone. I know, like last week because of Thanksgiving and all that. Usually the week of Thanksgiving all the way up to Christmas is peak season. So like when peak season starts, like you're gonna get a lot of overtime. Honestly, like you're basically gonna be guaranteed overtime. Honestly, but and of course there's extra shifts you could pick up too. But everybody's been so busy lately. Everybody's been getting 4 or 5 days. So it's like, so yeah, there's a lot of OT where my third party's at. So to answer that question. How many years experience? I have 2 years experience. JB Hut has a good dedicated / regional run in your area if you want to go back in a sleeper. That's a funny story right there, cause lately on YouTube, I'm not sure you heard of YouTube or not, but lately I've been kind of watching Augustine Ramos, but because he works for JB Hut, because I've been trying to get into JB Hut too as well. But I don't know what it is with JB Hut. I feel like they just don't want to hire me for some reason. I don't know why, but they say they do, but I don't know. But yeah, so like I've been trying to get into JB Hut, but if I want to go back regional, I guess I'd go with JB Hut. Hand back up at least a 5th time or something, because I've been trying to get into JB Hut before I went to Amazon, honestly. But there's like, we don't have anything for your area, and then when they do have something for my area, I'm already with another job as it is, like, So I don't know if it's because it's bad timing or something, probably because of that. But JB Hut does have has a lot of good like regional / dedicated runs. So if I want to go back to doing it, I'll probably go with JB, honestly. So that's probably one of my options I would do. Yeah, run up and down the 5. Yeah, I haven't run up and down the 5 I-5 corridor since May trucking, honestly. So that's the last time I ran the I-5 corridor. It was like with May trucking, honestly. Because I feel like that's mainly all I did, honestly. In the Western 11 account, even though they say it's Western 11, realistically, you run up and down the I-5, honestly, most of the time. So at least 90% of the time, every now and then you go to Nevada or go to Utah or Arizona, Idaho. But most of the time, though, you're running the I-5 corridor when you're starting with May, honestly. Especially if you sign for Western 11. So I'm just going to say that. About to start my trucking career on Saturday doing LTO. Any tips? So my advice for LTO, even though I've never been to LTO, but I heard like stories about LTO. So the story is about LTO is you're going to work really hard. Obviously, it's going to be touch freight. So obviously, you're going to need all your endorsements. So all your doubles, triples, and tanker. All 3. Tanker, yeah, hazmat. Oh, I didn't forget that. Yeah, I didn't forget that. So yeah. So you're going to need all that before you do LTO. So, but yeah. If you're doing it like a PND, which is like pickup and delivery driver, for LTO, you're going to be bust your ass off. I could tell you that much. If anything, I heard it's a lot harder than doing food service itself because you live in those couches, you live in those fridges, and you're breaking down pallets and all that. They do pay you really well. Like, I'm not gonna like lie to you guys on that, but they do pay really well. But you gonna work hard for that shit. I can tell you that much. Like, you're gonna really work for that money. All right. Let's see. Would you go to Walmart? Yes and no. But I do hear Walmart's a good regional company to even go to in general. But the hardest part about Walmart is literally getting into Walmart. Walmart is so picky for every little thing there is. Like, getting into Walmart, basically, you just gotta be the best top tier driver out there, honestly. Like, crazy top tier driver. I feel like that's the only way you could build into Walmart easily. Even then, you you're basically selling your soul to go to Walmart. So at that point, yeah, the money's there. If you get in Walmart, that'll be great because you're set. They do have all the holidays off and all that stuff too. And I'm pretty sure you could pick your lane. I think they only run 5 days and have 2 days off. So they do. I mean, it is a pretty good job, but it's just hard as shit to get into. Like, you basically just gotta, like, because I heard, like, a lot of people fail the onboarding with Walmart more times than I've ever imagined with any trucking company out there. Obviously, they pay a lot more, obviously, so, I mean, that's to be expected with that. Walmart hires at 2 years now. I remember being at 3 years, too. That's crazy they do 2 years now. Is that for reals? They do hire 2 years now? That is wild. Because last time I heard, like, they want at least 3 years experience. I got a driver referral for you. These recruiters are weird. Their recruiters are weird. For Walmart? Yeah, I can't speak on it. I never really hit up Walmart because I know my record's kind of bad anyways. To even go to Walmart. I mean, it's not too bad, but it's just... I do have that one accident on my record now, so I was like... They won't take me either way, even though it was non-preventable, but... Yeah, Walmart's just so damn picky with their drivers. Picking people out of the street. Stop wasting your time and get in with Walmart, trust me. LTL is decent pay. Walmart's too strict. Yeah, that's true. Walmart is pretty strict too as well. That's another thing too as well. Like, I was just talking about that. Like, they're hella strict. Like, way more strict than Amazon is. Definitely way more strict than Amazon, I can tell you that much. But they do pay really good though, so I'll give it that. And it's like one of the top pay in the drive-in industry, I could say. I'm not sure what to call it, but yeah. There's a yard in Sacramento off the 80. I think I've seen it before too. I'm going to Walmart once I hit my 2 years and 6 months. It's not 2 years unless they recently changed it. Yeah, and the thing about Walmart is just don't get any accidents, okay? I know it's very hard not to as a truck driver because, like, these four wheels are so freaking dumb out here, I swear. Like, these four wheels are so fucking stupid. Like, they literally just do shit on purpose just to get insurance fraud out of you, you know? And Walmart is so strict to the point, like, even if you have a non-preventable accident, they still won't hire you. Like, it's so stupid because as a truck driver, like, we can't control a lot of things already as it is, you know? The only thing we could control is what you do in the truck as it is. Like, you just can't control what other people can do, but you could control, like, what you do in the truck, if that makes sense. But even then, you could do so much as it is. Like, shit's gonna happen out here as it is. They aren't so much now. You bet once a year for your schedule. How much do you need at Walmart? How much experience do you need at Walmart? Last time I checked was 3 years, but I think they changed at least 2.5 years, I believe. You have in Red Bluff, they're on a mad hiring spree. I'm based in Apple Valley. I'm not 100% with the experience needed, but it used to be 10 years now is much less. Yeah, I don't know I could commute to already Red Bluff. I don't know I could do that, honestly. That's far as shit from where I'm at. I think Red Bluff from where I live is like literally almost 3 hours away up north. I don't know I could commute that long, honestly. And also, not to mention, they do make you chain up too as well on top of that. And my chaining experience is really not the best. I'll just be honest with that. So, yeah, so that already as it is right off the gate. Like, no, I can't do it. You know? Because I take chaining up shit pretty seriously. Like, if I had to chain up, I'm just not driving in general, honestly, over there. That's how it is with me. Because I can promise you, I did chain up at least once or twice in the winter. I hated it, honestly. Our partners never do it again, honestly. Like, it was terrible for me. I had a terrible experience with that. So I'm not 100% sure. Wait, I'm not 100%. I'm sorry, I'm just reading this contract now. 100% with the experience needed, but it used to be 10 years. Oh, okay, I didn't write that one. You better be ready to chain if you have. Yeah, if you have programmable, it's going to be very difficult, but non-programmable, you're probably good. If you OTR, you need to live within 250 miles of the DC. I'm trying to think how many miles it is from Red Bluff to Sacramento. So that's like, I'm trying to think, because from Orland, it's like 90 miles and then another. So it is 100 something miles. 100 something miles. I think it's either 130 or 140 miles away from Sacramento, or in the Red Bluff. Yeah, so like either way, Walmart's like is it kind of like a no go for me, you know. Especially the whole training part. I don't even like the champ as it is. I prefer not to do it. With training up part, I just avoid it at all costs. If I don't have to go into Blizzard, I'm not going to Blizzard. That's just how it is with that. Chaining is not hard. It's mostly just experience and going slow. Yeah. But even then, you put chains on, you put on correctly, like you can still slip and slide on ice. That's how it is with that. But then you do. But then again, you do have to go really, really slow. But the thing is about with chains, like I don't think you go any faster than really. Realistically, probably 25. At least what May told us during the time. But to be on the safe side, I say 20 is like your best bet. But even then, like even on a mountain pass and stuff, like you could still slip and slide, you know. You just can't really use your actual brakes like that either because well, it's just gonna just worn out your brakes out depending on how heavy the load is and all that too. Isn't Sacramento very competitive for local jobs? Yes, it is. Not gonna lie on that either. Not gonna lie on that. It's very competitive. So I'm lucky to have a local job I already have right now in Sacramento. So I'm definitely grateful for that. I know not just Sacramento, it's the Central Valley and the Bay Area is like very competitive too as well with local work. So like already as it is for me, it's kind of hard to get a local job as it is from where I live. So I'm lucky to even have one as it is. So I am blessed for that. I'll tell you that much on that. Yeah, I think they're done. Let me see here. All right, let me just get just one more comment, and then after that, I gotta hop off because I gotta get going. Get out because either of my departure time is like in 40 minutes from now, so either way, I gotta get leaving soon, anyways. McKellen is mostly day cab, but they have some sleepers in there too. Yeah, I don't know too much about the one in Sacramento. I know I saw some day cab open position ones, like local work from Walmart. But I was like wondering because like nobody really talks about the day cab ones. At least the local Walmart drivers. I don't even know how much they even pay hourly. Anyways, do they pay hourly or is it flat rate? Is it cents per mile? Like I don't know that stuff. I don't know about the local side that much, but I only know for Walmart. Like for the regional side, like I only know that and that's it. Like I don't know too much about like local from Walmart jobs, like how much they get paid and all that. I don't know nothing about the local side of it of Walmart. Like I just hear mostly the regional work and the regional positions, and that's it. Honestly, there's more and better odd jobs in SoCal. Yeah, I could definitely agree with you on that. I feel like the local work is better in Southern California either way, because you got a lot more opportunities out there. Honestly, with that. Walmart LTR, 6 figures, easily your first year. Yeah, that's true. But every single hard obstacle you can go through with trucking is there with Walmart. So day cab Walmart, 70 to 80K a year. It's decent. It's not too bad. I guess that's one reason why most people just go regional, because it's 100K a year. But can you make 6 figures in a day cab for Walmart, or that's just on the regional side with them? Is your schedule nights? Yes. Yes, it is basically all nights, especially for my dirt party from Amazon. All they do is mainly nights. Like, there's barely any daytime drivers like that, maybe like a few, but that's about it. Like, 95% of the drivers in our dirt party from Amazon, they all work at night. And then, yes, okay. I mean, it just puts roughly the amount the same, I guess. But 70, 80K is not too bad for a local driver either way. But, you know, if you're able to make 6 figures locally for Walmart, then I thought that would be a better bet. But then again, you got expenses, you got bills. You got expenses and bills and shit. So it's like, and if you have a family stuff, you have a girlfriend, all that, like, that's already not an expense as it is. So, which I'm not complaining about that. Like, you know, that's just gonna factor in, you know. As Ramos for the JB Hut hookup. Honestly, I might. Shit. I just might. But not right now, though. I'm pretty happy where I'm at right now. So if I get tired of Amazon, I probably would do that. But yeah, I've been trying to get in JB Hut. Like, for the last, I want to say after my 1 year mark, that's when I tried to apply for JB Hut, and then just didn't have any good dedicated accounts available. Just most of the bad ones. And then even when I do find a good dedicated account, and it's just automatically just gone like that within a few seconds. Once you have assigned work daycare that once you complete, you get to choose whether or not you want to work more. I drove JB Hut for 8 years. So you're talking for JB Hut or you're talking for Walmart? And if I'm in Vegas, JB Hut don't hire out of there. Yeah, I'm not from Las Vegas, so. I drove JB Hut for 8 years. Was finally roped into switching to Walmart. Oh, okay. Okay, I see. But as a Walmart, I know it's a good job, so I'm not gonna say it's a bad job at all, because it's by far not. But it's just one of the things you just gotta sit down and make some of those sacrifices, you know. It's like, are you willing to chain up? Are you willing to do this and that? You know, that's the stuff I gotta ask myself already as it is. So. I was trying to make sure they're still doing it, but I've been with Walmart for 3 and then drove years for JB Hut. I mean, it seems like JB Hut's not too bad, honestly. You know, one good thing is, okay, let me just put my words into correction. One of the good things about JB Hut is they do have a lot of dedicated accounts. Some of them are good, some of them are bad as well. I guess it all depends which dedicated account you just go with, I guess. And Walmart is not a bad job. Like, it's not. I don't think it's a bad job, but you're gonna have to work a little bit harder, especially in the winter, especially if you're chained up on that. But other than that, and you do have to deal with them. I'm not sure they micromanage at Walmart. I heard they do, but I heard they don't at the same time. So I'm getting a little mixed feelings of that part. But also, is it true? Do you guys slip seat or do you have a signed truck for Walmart? Because I did hear like they slip seat as well too. So unless you guys, unless they change that, you guys have like assigned trucks now. Okay, speaking of slip seating, y'all, I'm just gonna just put this out there already as it is before I forget. Slip seating does suck. We do a lot of that over here, so yeah, slip seating does suck. Honestly, like sometimes I do miss having a signed truck. I'm not gonna lie to you on that. So, having a signed truck, I didn't realize how good it was, or how good I had it when I had a signed truck. Because yeah, because like slip seating, hopping in different trucks all the time, it sucks, dude. Like it does because one day you have one good working truck, and then the next day, let me show you. And then one day you have all these freaking lights. And yes, I already let dispatch and all that them know. So they told me to still run it. Either way, it won't do anything. But I don't know. I don't like driving a truck with all these freaking lights on, honestly. I just don't. I'm very OCD with that. I take safety very seriously. So it was either drive this truck or just don't work at all. But, you know, what other choice I have at that point? You know. So that's one of the cons about local, at least from where I work at. Like for my dirt party, you do a lot of slip seating, and that's the only con I don't like about it. Honestly, you want TCS JB Hub for the Unified Gig. So is that like food service? Yeah, Unified. Yeah, that's basically food service. Honestly, I didn't even know they do first food service. That's crazy. I know they do flatbed. I know they do reefer and drive-in, but I didn't even know they did food service. Well, technically reefer, food service. I guess the same shit at the end of the day. Almost the same shit, but not really. I guess it all depends on that. Most of the older guys have assigned trucks. The only thing is, every weekend they go home, they have to clear it out, which is actually a good thing because the trucks always stay clean. That's very true. Actually, that actually does make sense. I guess if you get more seniority, I guess. So, I mean, that part's not a bad thing. I guess especially if you just put it that way, I guess. It's actually not that bad. As long as you're happy where you're at. Yeah, I'm cool where I'm at, honestly, right now. Like, if I just get fed up one day or something, I'm making a decent amount of money here. I know it's not better compared to most other jobs out there, but compared to my past jobs, it's probably by far the most I ever made. So over here, honestly, at Amazon. But to other people, it's probably decent money, so or low. But coming from where I came from, like, isn't that great for sure, honestly. Walmart is very strict, though. They will fire you in a heartbeat if you do something they don't like. Yeah. What's better? That's a really good one. I'm glad you asked that. What's better, May or Harlan Express? All right, let's get a drum roll. Well, actually, steering wheel, drum roll, I guess. Just pat on the steering wheel. My answer is May. Yes, May. Even though the pay is not the best, everything else on top of that outweighs the pay a little bit. But even though I feel like they could pay more better and have a little bit more better accounts in different positions besides OTR, they do have local work here and there, but even then it was like kind of low, so I was like, it's not even worth it. Like, I still believe till this day, I believe like even I still believe it's still a decent company to go to, honestly. It just didn't work out for me because I did want to be home more and all that stuff. So, like, if I want to just stay OTR still, be a week's out of time, I pretty much would have been at May still, honestly, for 2 years already. But within the same company. But You know, it's just because I got fed up over the road and, you know, want to be home more. Like, my DM was really good at May. I could tell you that much. So I had a really good DM. So I had no complaints of that. So my experience with May was pretty good. I could tell you that much. Besides the pay, besides me, the pay, and I guess the slow trucks, but I guess they do prioritize safety very, very good, I guess. So I guess that's one of the cons about that, but pros and cons are safe, but Heartland, I don't know. I don't know. It just didn't work out for me, honestly, with Heartland. Like, you know, because the work wasn't there. I was only getting paid per mile, so I was like, you know, even then, like, yeah, I'm regional. I could tell you what, when I was at Heartland, all I did, pretty much 80% of the time, I just ran Cali loads. Going to Central Valley to LA, basically, and that was it. Every now and then, I'll go to Reno, Nevada, or Phoenix, Arizona. You know, I did kind of go there a lot, actually, in Phoenix, Arizona at first. But yeah, I'll be running from Stockton to, I mean, basically Lake Trail to Phoenix. But I heard Heartland doesn't have a Lake Trail terminal anymore. So yeah, I'm glad I got there before that happened. So, and plus Heartland wasn't a long-term company either. One of the good things about Heartland is they have a lot of regional positions too, but the pay is just kind of low as well. I feel like even for experienced driver as it is a little bit low. I wish they would pay a little bit more. And especially if you're doing regional, like, it's kind of better to pay more anyways, you know. Alright, I think my load is ready. Yeah, Heartland's pulling out from California completely, so that's why I had to leave Heartland in a way. Heartland doesn't pay. It's a retirement home for drivers. Yeah, and that's why the nickname Heartless came in. Like, they're kind of like cruel with certain things. That's why I had to leave. Like, they're a very cruel company, honestly. So that's why I had to leave and all that stuff. Because I just know they're just very, very, very cruel. So, all right, yo, I gotta hop off. So my load's ready to go. I think they're done unloading. Loading me basically. So it's a good chat. I'm glad to talk to you guys for a little bit. So yeah. So what was I gonna say now? So just be sure to stay tuned, and I might post a video. Who knows for next year? But once the things get kind of dry, I'll probably post more. Honestly, who knows? Only time will tell on that. But anyways, I'll catch you guys till the next time. Peace.